Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grumman YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about safety wire again. And if you go like the aircraft spruce, there's a myriad of tools and all that you can buy for safety wire. So we're going to explain the basics of what safety wires to do. It's basically locking the bolts together, and then you have a wide variety of safety wires you can use and some tools. But stay tuned for some more fun. So we would like to ask you please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notify to stay current with our content. So your most common sizes of safety wire are the 25, 32, and 41 thousandths. 41 thousandths being the thick one normally used on propellers. Now with safety wire, our basic premise is we're going to pull the bolt in a tightening direction so it can't get looser on us. And there's a wide variety of configurations that we can use. But now let's take a look at some actual safety wiring be done on real airplanes.
Safety wiring is when we either go through a bolt or a nut, some of them are drilled, that we go through and we safety wire so that we're pulling, the wire is used to pull the bolt in the direction of tightening so that the bolt can't come loose. The most critical ones we probably find on the airplane are the prop bolts right here. We've already done one. Notice that we're pulling the bolt in a clockwise fashion. That tightens this one, and this one is being pulled this way clockwise. And when you look at them, they kind of make little S's. So we're going to go ahead and safety wire this particular one right here. Now we're using 41 thousandths. I've probably got about 18 inches of wire here to make sure I had plenty. And then this wire will come up through the back this way. And then we begin our turns. Now you can do this by hand. And the first mechanic I trained under down in the bayous, we did everything by hand for the first year. So you learn the principles and everything, and then you graduate to having a pair of safety wire pliers. They do make it a little bit more convenient, but as you can see, I'm getting the 8 to 10 twists per inch as I work along, keeping them at 90 degrees to each other as I make the twist. And now what I want to do is I want to hold it over. Okay, so I've now going to have to go to the bottom of this bolt to pull. So I need a few more twists. And then I bring this one up, and this one will be perfect right there. So we feed it up through the bottom of the hole. And by the way, I know that they sell safety wire pliers. Now this is not putting any tension on the bolt. We're going to back off one loop. And try that again. Back to the safety wire pliers from Harbor Freight. They do sell them and they do work, but they are not a quality product, and here's why I say that. You'll notice that on my safety wire pliers, when I squeeze them, see how easy they squeeze so I can latch them? The ones at Harbor Freight are made out of a much more brittle, harder steel, a cheap stamp steel, and it takes 2 hands to close them. So a nice good pair. Spend the money. It's a tool you will use a lot. I just want to make sure this is all there. And now we're going to pull a little tension back on this wire, and that will pull it that way, and then we'll bring the bolt up, the wiring back up through this way. And now this is a left hand twist here. And then for a 41 thousandths, it's so thick that you need to cross it when you do that, and then we're going to turn backwards. Now as we're turning backwards, we're also going to make that little motion. We're going to do that twice, and what that does is that forces that final loop all the way down to the bottom. Now we've got good tension on the wire. It's around the bolt, and so we finish off the process, getting our turn count, trimming it off, bending it over, squeezing it, and then I always push them back in. Check. So that's how you safety wire the propeller, which is probably one of the most complex things we'll safety wire. All safety wiring principles are the same.
What we're going to do first is measure the amount of safety wire we're going to need. So we're going to turn this way so that we get an approximate length. And then we'll cut our safety wire right here. Then you're going to take a look at it, and you're going to plan how you're going to run your safety wire. You always want to run your safety wire in the direction of the way the prop has to be turned in order, the bolt has to be turned in order to tighten. So if I'm going to be using this bolt right here, I'm going to take a safety wire. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go this way around to here, through here, and that will be the plan. What I'm doing here is I'm going to thread the safety wire through this bolt. I'm going to leave a little bit extra here. Actually, I got to do this a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to go this way. Bring it around, make sure I've got plenty of safety wire to get all the way around, and I don't. So I'm going to adjust. Make sure I got plenty of safety wire. Okay, so there I am there. We'll fold this underneath and pull that pretty tight. Pull the tag end, which you see down here, pretty tight. And just to make a first twist on there. Okay, then I'm going to come up here. This is my entry hole for this bolt. So I go up here and I say, okay, this is where I'm going to put my pliers, my safety wire pliers, right there. Lock them. And then pull this real nice and tight, so that this wire is going to be real nice and tight, and then start twisting. And you want about 7 turns per inch. Okay. Okay. All right. Now this is just right. The tag end is just right. So now I'm going to just make sure. Okay, get over on this side. So now we're going to stick this wire in through the bolt head. Now we're going to pull this real nice and tight with your safety wire pliers. Okay, and you can see that that's real nice and tight there. Then you bring this tag end around, and again pull this real nice and tight, and twist in the opposite direction here. If you don't twist in the opposite direction, what's going to happen if you twist clockwise, which is the way your safety wires are set up, you're going to pull this tag end right off the bolt. So you always want to make sure that you're going to be twisting this final twist in the opposite direction. Again, you want to be in a direct line with the bolt hole, and then hand twist for your pigtail right here. Okay, and I use more than 7 turns to inch on this, and there you are. It's all set to go. All we have to do is cut it right here. And then take your pigtail, turn it back around. You do that so that you don't snag your fingers on the pigtail.
Cut off our good wiring, wire up something that looked about like what we had, and then show people why safety wire is called safety wiring. It's because it safeties the bolt so the bolts can't come undone. So you're always pulling the bolt in a tightening position. Well, pulling this way, this bolt wants to unwrap. So that would be causing it to become looser, which is not what we want. So we're going to cut this off. Sometimes easier said than done. And then start with the proper S. So like we mentioned in our comments, we're going to do this one around the other way, make the complete S. And it's going to be a little bit of fun here with the camera in our way, because the GoPro doesn't have much of a field of view. And someone wanted to see how we would do this with safety wire pliers. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this all the way around till we come to the hole. Now that tells us how much wire we need. We mark that spot, we cross that spot, and then we lock on with our safety wire pliers. And now we can use our safety wire plier twisting function to rapidly coil up most of it. But you see, when we do that, we end up eating up some wire. So now we're going to come back and do the final couple of loops by hand to get them right to where we want them,
because what we want to do is we want to be able to pull through that hole and not have any slack in the wire, so it pulls both bolts in the proper direction. So for this one, on the bottom on our right, it's being pulled this way, which is tightening, and this bolt is being pulled tightening, which is a proper safety. Now that we have the two bolts, you can actually see our little bit of our S-turn. We come back around, lock that in, wrap it over, grab the junction, and now we can turn backwards. Again, the big loop, which drives the twist all the way up to the bolt. And there we go, one safety prop finally. So we hope you found this useful and informative. We really hope we don't have to safety wire another bolt for someone, but there we go. That's how it looks.
Thanks for watching, and have a great day flying your Grumman. And in addition, there's a little treat about 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing web work and other stuff. Here's my cat coming down, playing with a mouse and meowing and just having a good time with me in the wee hours of the night. So I thought I'd throw this into you as a little treat. Y'all please enjoy.